Hello, good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me? So, if you can hear me, just reply in the chat box. All right, so just reply in the chat box if you can hear me. All right, so let me share out the link. All right, I can see you guys there. Let me share out the link so that members will join up. So begin. So just a minute. Let me share out the link. So as you guys are waiting, just start liking the live. Just click on the like button so YouTube can push it out so that members will see it. Right, just like and so YouTube will push out the live so that members will see it. All right, just a minute. Let me share the link to all members so they will join and I'll begin the class. I'll begin the. All right, so the link has been sent out. All right, so let's begin. So, as you all know, let's check out the first currency here, which is on gold. Right, gold is the first currency here. So let's check out gold and let's see what we're having on gold. So on BTC, BTC is very much bullish, right? Now, why is BTC bullish? Because firstly, it has break of structure, which is all I need. If you watch, as of over the weekend, right, I was waiting for BTC at this very buy zone. Right, I was waiting for for BTC to get here, so I'll enter for my buy. Right, that's over the weekend, but it didn't come back there. And why was I waiting there? Why was I waiting for that very zone so I can take my buy? I'm trying to find the setup. All right, now BTC is bullish because now the break of structure happening now. They are break to the upside. Let's say break to the upside. Then for it to be bearish, you need to first break this very low as a break to the downside. The break of structure need to start happening to the downside. That's a break to the upside, BOS. Then another break to the upside, BOS. So nobody needs to tell me that this BTC is bullish, right? So just like this is going up, I'm gonna keep looking out for buys, right? And if you watch, my initial buy zone was this very order block, but it didn't come back there before buying. So it just got to this very other one right here, this very order block of which I did not see it early. I didn't use that very order block. The liquidity was present. This was a major buy that happened. Now this was now a re-entry I caught as well. It was now another order block, possible buy zone. So now, if you notice what's happening with BTC is bullish. And if you watch what's happening now, all of these now are break to the upside. It's a break of structure. This is not a clear break yet, but the price is not likely. It just took out the high as liquidity. So BTC is still very much bullish. I'm gonna keep looking out for how I'm gonna enter for buys, right? Then let's check out where I now expect this price to get to. If this market is now going up, where do I now expect to get to? Right? Now the very first level we have this high, like a resistance, right? A key level where this market can buy and then get to. So now we now know, okay, this market is bullish. This is a level it can likely get to. We can now go over, start looking out for buys. And if you watch on the 4 hour time frame, we have this long wick, and this is also like a level, a nice level it can buy to before it will sell, if it's gonna still sell, right? So I want to go to my entry time frame to look out for this for buy opportunity. So the first zone this price got to was this very order block right here, and it's already reacting off of that zone. So the next buy zone is gonna be from this very long wick as an order block, and this very long wick now has already created liquidity for us. Right, liquidity is already present at this very low. Now what we now need now is just a break of structure, and once a break of structure is present, which is a break above this very high right here, once the price breaks that very high, then we see the price comes back down, then we take our buy. Taking our buy now, targeting this very level as the level we expect that reversal to happen from. Right, so this is what I'm watching out on BTC. If it does not break this high as a break of structure, then this is not a good zone to is not a good time to jump on the buy. But I want to see first the price BOS to the upside, just to confirm and validate that this market is actually going to continue going up. Right, so that's why we need that break of structure. So I'm going to drop all the um diagrams. Then remember, not all of them are signals, they're just my bias, what I'm expecting, right? Then if it has broken the structure or everything is now complete, I'll type out the signal, right? I will type it out as a signal for you guys to now see for yourself and then take the trade, right? Right, you guys will now see for yourself and then take the trade just like that. So this is what I'm waiting for. We are waiting for the break of structure to the upside first. Then after the break of structure, then we'll now start looking out for more buys, right? To the upside. Liquidity is already present, just a break of structure. Now, let's check out, this is what I'm having on BTC, right? Just my bias, just my view. Then on gold, as you all know, gold is bullish, right? Gold is bullish, gold is on a buy. So I'm going to keep looking out for buys on gold. I'm going to keep looking out for buys till maybe it gets the next level, right? And if you watch, gold is making new all-time high. This morning has already made a new all-time high by $3,603, right? It keeps going up. If you watch, this was where I was waiting for gold to get to before I buy, right? This was where I was waiting for gold to get to before I jump on a buy. But let's see if it has created any other new zone, so can wait for that zone. Now if you watch, I was waiting for a breaker block, but it didn't come back there. So on a 4 hour time frame, there is no level we can say this is where gold is gonna buy to, right? As a key level. So we can keep looking out for buys, keep riding the trend. Gold can decide to just buy, get to 3,800 or even more. Why? Because there is no resistance like a supply that's gonna make the price drop. So we can keep looking out for buys, right? So my bias is still very much bullish on gold, and I'm gonna keep watching out for buy opportunity. Now on gold, now let's 4 hour time frame. There's no clear level. There's no clear level to buy from. Only this breaker. Right. Let's check it out on the 2 hour time frame. 2 hour time frame. We have this long wick, which can act as an order block. But let's validate this on a lower time frame. Let's see if it has everything complete. Right. 30 minutes time frame. So this breaker now has likely been left. Right. Has been missed. This was the level I was waiting for the price to get to. And if you watch where the price got to, it got to an order block around here. That's where it got to and started buying. Right. So this breaker block now did not go activated. Right. So we're gonna keep looking out for re-entry as it's going up. So this is an order block. 2 hour time frame, saw what I marked out. But on a 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, it's an actual order block. Now this is a nice buy zone, and it has one criteria met, which is the break of structure. Break of structure is already present. But what else do I need? The liquidity. So there is no clear liquidity yet. And that's the strategy I trade. I can't just go over tell you. I can't just go over gold now, right? Or once the price is back here, you buy. I want to see the liquidity present. If it's not present, I'm just gonna keep waiting for it to create that liquidity, right? Then I'll buy, just like that. Since the liquidity is not present, we just have to be patient, right? It's still a fresh week, and this week I'm fully active during London again. Sorry, during New York section, we're gonna do another live right by 2 p.m. West African time. Right, I'll do another live with you guys. So it's a fresh week. We don't just first set up. So this is a nice zone. I'm gonna wait for it to come to. Once it creates liquidity, I'll buy. If it does not create liquidity and it comes back down, there's a chance that it will now take as that zone. Then maybe respect a lower zone before buying. But let's just watch out and see. I don't trade breakouts. I don't trade breakout retest. I don't trade continuation. That's the strategy I trade. So it's not present this morning. I'll just be patient. Right, this is where it bought off from. Right, the buy happened from this very zone, which has all the criteria right here. It has this break of structure. Then this was the other block the price got to and started buying from. Right, everything was present. The criteria was present. So that was why, if I had spotted it earlier, if it was when we were doing this live that it occurred, we'll cut that very buy. Right? Would have taken that very buy. Then on that's what I'm waiting for on gold. Then on Euro USD, let's see what we are expecting. I did some couple of analysis over the weekend. Then I was waiting for this very breaker block. Notice the breaker right here. I believe many of you also caught it. Some of my students, they caught it as well, right? This was a breaker block. It has lower time frame liquidity, and this was a setup. Right, I did a couple of analysis. This is another analysis on Euro NZD, just different analysis. All right, so this was the Euro USD breaker block when I had the setup, right? As of yesterday, and now it's activated. Why I didn't send out this very signal? Why I didn't drop it to the group as a signal? Because of the spread. Market opened by 10, is it by 10 or 9? By 10 p.m. Nigeria time, right? The spread was just so crazy. So if I drop it, it's gonna just be you entering late. It's just the profit will not be reasonable and it's just gonna be crazy. So because of the spread and market just opened newly, that was why I just let it be. Now we're still gonna keep looking out for what's gonna likely happen, right? So on the 4 hour time frame, it's buying from this breaker. Then on the higher time frame, where is it gonna likely get to, right? Or since it's buying, where is it gonna likely buy and then buy to? Now, if you notice, weekly time frame, nothing is so clear, Around a weekly time frame now, it's currently buying from this very order block. So we're gonna expect it to keep going higher. Right, this is where it's currently buying from this very order block. So we expect it to take out this nearest liquidity because this is the most obvious high, which the price will likely take out since it's buying from that weekly order block. Right now, on a daily time frame, this is me doing top-down analysis. Then on a daily time frame, we're gonna see that this is the nearest order block, which is, you can see this where I marked out nearest order block, which is a possible zone this market can get there and sell. Since the price has not gotten there, I can look out for buy. But I can keep looking out for buy since the price has not gotten there. So I want to go to my lower time frame, 4 hour. 4 hour time frame, this is a breaker possible buy zone, and that's where the price is currently respecting. Then on the 2 hour time frame, same thing. The breaker block, that's where the price is currently respecting. Since I didn't drop this setup for you guys, let me just delete it. I took it on my account. I don't think I saved the setup. I saved the screenshot right here. I didn't save the screenshot right here. I took it on my account, but because of the spread, that's why I didn't drop it. Now, on Euro USD, I'm still gonna expect buy. Right? On Euro USD, I'm still gonna expect buy. And the possible buy zone for this very market on the 4 hour, we have this order block. This very order block right here, last bearish candle. This is a zone this market can get there and then buy. Right, it can sell, get here, then buy. This is a breakaway it's buying from. If it decides to go down, it's gonna get here, then buy. But this order block I just marked out now does not have any clear liquidity yet. There is no liquidity protecting. Right, there's no liquidity protecting this very order block. Right, so there's a chance that this price will break out on this very order block. Then the most obvious order block with everything complete now is this very one. So this is a zone where we can buy this very Euro USD from. And if you watch, this has all the confirmation I need. Right, it has all the criteria. Break of structure is present, liquidity is present. Then I'm gonna wait for this very buy. Right, and then I'm gonna take a buy from on Euro USD from this very order block. This is a liquidity as a low, some of sort of such structural liquidity. Then this is the level I expect it to get on a daily time frame. This is a possible zone where this market can sell from. Right, so since it has not gotten there, I'm gonna watch out to buy from this very zone. Right, so we're gonna type out this very setup, and then I'm gonna call out the signal. But this is gonna take time. If you notice, why is it gonna take time? If you notice, this is on a 4 hour time frame. Right, it's gonna take some time. So the meaning that our limit order is gonna spend some time before it got activated. Right, because it's on a higher time frame. But let's see if we're gonna find a trade on a lower time frame. Let me type out everything. So we'll set our limit order right there. So no matter when it triggers, we won't miss it. Since it has all the criteria, we'll just set the limit order. Then that breaker block entry, we already missed that very move. So watch out for this very one. So the entry is about 1.15981. Then the SL is about 1.15671. So this trade is about 31 pips SL. Then the take profit is about 1.17714. So this is more of like a swing, Euro USD swing buy. because it's gonna take some time. Right? It's not a trade that will get activated today and will play out today. All right, so let's look out for lower time frame. We'll set this limit order right there, and once it comes back anytime, right, this week, next week, it's gonna just be there. So just keep the limit order right there. Then this breaker block is already moving, and on a lower time frame, there is no clear opportunity to take a trade. Right, lower time frame, there is no clear opportunity to take a trade. So let's check out other markets. All right, BTC is almost breaking structure. So we're still waiting for BTC. It's almost breaking structure. So let's check out GBPUSD. Right, another pair trade. So on GBPUSD, if you watch GBPUSD closely, you're gonna see this is where GBPUSD just got to, right? And it's currently giving some sell reaction. So let's see if this sell is gonna continue, right? Or we should keep looking out for buys. Now, if you watch closely, you're gonna see GBPUSD did a crazy sell, aggressive drop because of the news that came out last was it last not last week, last 2 weeks, right? Now, if you watch, it's currently doing some sort of retracement and it has already taken out this very high as a liquidity. And where did it tap on? Using that high as a liquidity, it just came and respected this very order block on a daily time frame. And that's now like a possible sell zone. So let's go to a lower time frame, let's validate this and let's see if it has all the criteria complete. If we can start looking out for any trade opportunity. So on a 4 hour time frame, we have this long wick right here, an order block, possible zone this market can sell from. Then on a 2 hour time frame, it also has its own order block right here, a nice zone where this market can buy from. And I guess that's where it started buying from. Right now, we don't just go over use market order block and start taking trade. Right, I want to see which of these has what we need. This is also an order block. Now, on my entry time frame, I want to see which of these has all the criteria needed. Right? If you watch, this market is still very much bullish and it came respected this very breaker block. Right? An order block, but is now a breaker. Price came, respected it, and it keep on buying. Now let's see if breaker block already has break of structure or breaker block already has a break of structure. Now if you watch it using this very low as a liquidity protecting this very breaker block, right? So this is not a valid break of structure for this very sale to happen. This is just like liquidity protecting this very breaker block, so it's not a valid break BOS protecting this very breaker block, right? So we're gonna keep looking out for buys, meaning this is not a zone that this market is unlikely sell from, right? So we're gonna keep looking out for buys. If the price is gonna give any buy opportunity, we enter. But for now, it's not giving any buy opportunity. There is no clear buy opportunity on this market. So we'll just watch out and see what's gonna happen then. Then let's check out other markets. So on GBP JPY, we had this setup as of last week, right? Which missed entry. Remember, I dropped this as a signal. We set it as a limit order. Now, if you watch where this price respected, is respected this very low, this very daily low right here, using this previous day as liquidity. So that was where the price respected and just got there, started buying, right? Without even coming back down to activate our entry. Right, this was our main entry right here, which it just missed with a very tiny pip, right? So let's remove it. And this was a trade I took 1:7. Our trade, which was the setup that missed, was about 1:5, right? But I don't know why it's missed. So let's see if we're gonna keep looking out for buys, or we should change our bias and start looking out for sales, right? Now, on the higher time frame, let's see where this price just got to. If it's a zone, we can start selling from. Now, on the higher time frame, this is on a weekly. I'm just trying to see if there's any zone it got to, so we'll know if we're gonna be looking out for more buys or it's got to a zone and we are meant to start looking out for sales. Right? So on the higher time frame, there's no zone it got to at the top. It only went up to take out this high. It only went up to take out the liquidity above this very high. So it didn't get to any major zone. Right? Any major zone. The only major zone right here where this price can get to is gonna be this very high, this very long wick as an order block. Same thing on a weekly time frame as an order block. Right? But it didn't get there. So it just went up to take our liquidity. So let's see what we're gonna be expecting from this. And if you want, this is a low as an order block. A zone where this market can get to and then decide to buy from. Then let's go to our much lower time frame to see if all the criteria are complete. If they are not complete, you know what that means, right? We just have to watch out and see what's gonna happen. So on a daily time frame, is also aligning. This is also what is showing on the daily time frame. Then on a 4-hour time frame, we have it as an order block. 4-hour time frame, we have it as an order block like this, and this order block has already been respected um at this very low. It has already been tapped into, it has already been respected. So let's see if we have a fresh zone, a new zone where we can buy from. So let me go to my entry time frame. If you notice now with my top down analysis, I know I can keep looking out for buys, but I can keep looking out for buys on this very market. But for me to do that, I want to see all my criteria, everything I need complete. If they're not complete, I'm just gonna watch out and then see. Now if you watch, we have an order block right here. This is on a 1-hour time frame. And we have this order block right here. So this is a zone I can buy from. And let's see if it has all the criteria we need. Right, first, it had this high as a break of structure to the upside. Then it had this other high, which it didn't break this high fully. It just took out the high as liquidity. Right, just took out the liquidity above this very high. So now, this is a zone I can take my buy from. Now, if you watch, why am I watching out for this very zone? We have another order block right here. We have another nice order block right here. Now, this other block also has its own break of structure. It also has its own break of structure at this very point. Right, but I'm not watching out for this very order block. Why? Because there is no clear liquidity protecting this very order block. Right, the price was able to buy from this very zone. Why? Because it took out this very low as liquidity. So since there's no clear liquidity now, there's a chance that the price will take out this very point. And once it's taking out this very point, But once it takes out this very point now, then there is a chance that this way is gonna likely get to, because this very other block has already been tapped into. So this way is gonna likely now get to for you to buy. Right, but for now we just watch out for this very zone, as a zone is gonna likely buy from. Then this very zone, if it creates liquidity on coming back down, it creates a low, goes up, take out that low, then I will take my buy from here. Right? But let's see if on a 15 minutes time frame, let's see if it has any opportunity for us this morning. 15 minutes time frame, we have a break to the downside. This is not like a retracement, so we can see if we can take sales as it's going down. So this is not like an order block. It's not where this price can get, then there's sell. But there's a chance that the price will not get here before dropping. Right? To sell without getting here. So if it comes down, create liquidity, we're gonna buy from here. Of which I told you I'm watching the chart. If it comes down, create liquidity, I'm gonna buy from here. Right? Then if it does not create liquidity, we'll watch out for this our extreme zone. These are extreme POI at this very level. So we have two POI in place. If it's create liquidity on coming down, we'll take our buy from here. If not, we just watch out for this extreme zone. So these are the two zones we are watching out for, these two POIs right here. This is gonna be like a bias for the week. What we are watching out for, expecting for the week, right? As it's going, we're gonna keep looking out for opportunity, right? So let's go to 15 minutes time frame. I'm trying to find opportunity this morning, so we don't just. But we don't. I don't. Me personally, if you watch me closely. I don't always force setup. Right? If it's not present, I'll just keep calm till it creates itself. Right? So these are a couple of trades I took. Right? Let me remove them and then let's analyze it afresh. So first, my higher time frame. So on the higher time frame on US 30, I'm on US 30. Right on the higher time frame, we have this very high, which is a level this price is supposed to take out as a break of structure. Right? So it didn't break out or this very high as a break of structure. If you watch, you just take out the high as liquidity. If you watch, we have this daily order block right here, a nice zone that this price can sell from. Right? So now it bought off from this very breakout, of which I missed this very move. Right? I guess I was not active as I missed the move. Now on the lower time frame 4 hour, you're gonna see a similar thing. Around the 4 hour time frame is also an order block. But if you watch closely, I caught this very buy. This is where the price started buying from this very order block on the 4 hour time frame. And if we want to check now to see which of these have everything we need, right? Break of structural liquidity, you're gonna see this very one right here has a high which is broke, right? Break of structure. Then it didn't break this extreme high because it just took it out with this long wick. That was just a sweep, right? And that's where it came to. It came back here and it started buying, right? So we're gonna keep looking out for buys for it to get to this very zone. Now let's see if this is a nice zone to sell from. Right, this is an order block on a higher time frame. right? This now is no we can likely take our share from. But let's see if it has all the criteria met and all the criteria complete. First thing, this market is bullish, right? Why? Because this way is currently buying from, and the most recent break of structure now, they are break to the upside. A high price broke past the break of structure to the upside. If you watch, this is a low, which the price did not break. Another low, the price did not break. So the break of structure present right here now, they are more of break to the upside. So showing us that this market directional bias is likely bullish. Another high, break of structure to the upside, but this is just a sweep. I don't consider this as a valid break. Right now, I'm gonna keep looking for buys. Why? Because this market is bullish. But since this is a nice zone to take a sell from, I want to see that it has a change of character. But if the change of character is not present, then I won't consider this very sell. And let's see if it has what we need, which is the change of character, before we enter for this very sell. If you watch, it has this high, which it took out as liquidity. Not a valid break to the upside, but it broke to the downside. By breaking this very low, it broke to the downside, but it didn't break to the upside. So this is not a valid change of character. So this is not a valid zone to sell from. We're gonna keep looking out for buys on this very market. So the nearest high, the nearest liquidity now is this very extreme high. So we expect the price to go up and then take us that very high. So let's look out for buy opportunity. So we have this very order block right here, and this order block has all the criteria, everything we need complete. Right, this very order block has all the criteria and everything we need complete. So I'm trying to check if it's a clear order block on those higher time frame, but it's not a clear order block on it's not a clear long week on a higher time frame. So this is where we're gonna take our buy from. Now, if you watch, it has all the criteria we need: break of structure upside, and all of these break of structure now they are more to the upside, right? So we have this low as liquidity, so we can buy from this very order block, targeting this very extreme high as our take profit, because that's the nearest liquidity the price and likely take out. So this is already giving us 1:4 risk to reward ratio. So this is a setup I'm going to have on US 30. So let's also set this very limit order. If you notice, if it was market order, it has all the criteria, has all the confirmation complete. We won't be setting limit order. And if you watch, as of last week, we had a couple of limit order that were not activated. Right, we canceled a couple of limit order because of how the market was last week. Right, the NFP and all of this data coming out. Right, so many missed entry happened last week. So we setting limit order is just when you are not active on the chart, so you won't miss the trade. Right, that's why we set limit order. If I'm active on the chart, I'll just watch. Once the price gets here, that's when I'll click on the buy. I'll just click on the buy on my broker. Right, but if I'm not present when the price gets here, I want to get activated and then filled in. So I want to come back and then see the trade playing out without activating my own order. Right, so it's 0 US 30 buy limit. So the entry is about 45, 326. Then the SL is about 45, 216. So this trade is giving us about about 11 pips SL. Now the take profit is about 45,773. So this is what we have on US 30. Hopefully it comes down, activate our trade before the buy continues. Right? Can decide to just buy, hit our target without retracing. But this is what we are expecting. Right? This is what I'm expecting on this. All right. So I guess those are the pairs I trade. Right. Those are the pairs I trade for now. Let's go over them again. Let's see what we're expecting on different markets again. On BTC, we are expecting that break of structure, right? Which it just took out the liquidity. It has not given a clear break of structure. So we're still watching out for this break to the upside first, right? Before it retraces back to this our order block. Then we buy. So we need to first see that break to the upside first, right? Just to validate our order block as a nice zone to buy from. If it does not break, we're just gonna watch our tendency. And gold is just aggressive. It keeps buying. It has already given the clear break of structure. We now watch out for retracement. I don't like jumping or buys. As it's going up, I can just say everybody buy gold. And once you buy gold, if it goes up, we start making money. But that's not how I trade. Right? That's why we didn't jump on the buy just like that. Right? I need to see all my criteria complete. Then on Euro USD, the buy still continues, which I told you the buy is gonna continue, right? Which we're gonna keep looking out for how we're gonna enter till it gets to this very zone, this very order block right here. Then I believe I already dropped this very setup, this very swing move we're expecting on Euro. Yeah, so it's like a buy limit. I've already sent it out. We're expecting a buy on GBPUSD. We're expecting a buy on Euro USD. So they do correlate most times. So we're just gonna watch out for it to come back there. Then we take our trade. GBPUSD, if you notice, it still keep buying. Right? Why am I not selling from here? Why am I not selling from here? Because for me to see, I need to see a clear change of character. So the change of character is not present. That's why I'm not selling from here. Right? And since the change of character is not present, this is gonna be the nearest liquidity the price gonna likely take out. Nearest liquidity, price gonna likely take it out. That's break above it. Because that's the nearest liquidity the price need to sweep, just like that. Then on USD JPY, I guess we didn't analyze USD JPY. So let me also give you guys what I'm expecting on this USD JPY. If you notice, there's this line I marked out. Right, there's this line I marked out at this very zone. This is a nice sell zone. Right, but I didn't enter for this very sell because the liquidity right here was not a clear liquidity. It was not so clear, but it was a nice liquidity the price can likely take out. Now, this was where the sale happened from. Watch this closely. We have this daily high as a daily long wick, which is an order block. And I believe you already know that by now. This daily long wick is an order block. You can see where that was where I marked out with the line as the sell zone. So you can see that. That's where the price got to. But since there is no clear liquidity, it's not clear to me. That's why I didn't take it. Now, if you watch on the 4 hour time frame, is this long wick right here as an order block. But the order block is not so clear on this different time frame. 4 hour time frame now we have a higher zone, which is this higher zone right here. Right, both of these zones are valid when it has liquidity. If this one has liquidity, is valid. This one has liquidity, is valid. And nobody needs to tell me that this is a break of structure to the downside. right? So this is a break BOS to the downside. So if I go to my entry time frame now, this is my lower entry time frame. 30 minutes time frame, you're gonna see that this is the order block, which is also aligning with our long week on a daily time frame. Right, this is the order block right here. There's also aligning with that long week on a daily time frame. So this was the zone to sell from. But this liquidity was not clear to me. It has a break of structure. That was why I didn't enter for this very sell. Right, if you notice, I already marked it out. I didn't save the chart because I didn't take it. Right, I already marked it out as a possible zone where this, because it was not clear, so I just had to let it be. Right, so but for now, what are we gonna still expect from this same market? Right, what are we gonna expect from USD JPY? If you watch on the daily time frame, the rejection from this very zone, right, is pretty much. It's currently rejection from this daily order block. So the rejection is pretty much. So throughout the day, I'm gonna expect this to happen. Gonna expect this drop to happen. If you decide to go down and you decide to sell, this is the only zone, which is an order block, that a buy can happen from. This is a zone it can sell, gets to before a buy can happen. Right now, on a 4-hour time frame, it's gonna be similar thing. 4-hour time frame now, the sale is currently still happening, and the nearest liquidity is obviously this very low, with the price unlikely take out. Now this sale is gonna likely continue till it gets to this very zone. Why is that? Because all of these other zones, this other low has all been mitigated. Price has already respected each of these very low. So this is not like the price accumulating different liquidity right here. It's like a trendline liquidity, as you know. So the price has accumulated this, and what do you think will happen? Drop will be massive, take out the whole trendline liquidity before the buy will continue. Right, just like that. Since all of this has been respected now, there is no zone I'm waiting to take that very buy from. So I'm gonna keep looking out for sell. The nearest liquidity now is this very low, which the price is unlikely to take out. But let's see if it has all the criteria we need. Now this is an order block. 30 minutes time frame order block right here. A nice and a possible sell zone. Now in a 15 minutes time frame, let's see if it has a break of structure, which it clearly has a break of structure right here. Which this break of structure now is also like a change of character. So it clearly has a break of structure right here. So I'm going to look out for sell from this very order block. Stop loss just slightly above the order block. Let's make it 40 pips. Then overall, we can target this very low, right, as our take profit. But this is not up to 1:4, which you know 1:4 is a minimum RR I go for. So let's make it 1:4. So this 1:4 RR. And if I want to extend it, keep targeting where I expect the price to get, there's gonna be this extreme low right here, which already giving 1:8 risk to reward ratio. But for now, let's target at 1:4 and then we take our trade. So this is what I'm expecting on USD JPY. If it comes back, we'll sell from this very zone. If you decide to buy up, we'll sell from here. So I'm going, since it has all the things we use in taking our trade with the strategy, right? Let's set our limit order. Right, since that's all the criteria we need, let's set our limit order right there. Now, if you watch, there's nothing like fear of waiting for confirmation or I don't fully trust this. Since it has all the confirmation you need as a trader, you now saying I'm waiting for a lower time frame change of character or I'm waiting for you to get there, then give a re-entry before I enter, or I want to wait for you to get there so I'll see how it reacts before I enter. It's just you being afraid of taking that very setup, right? Or being afraid of taking risk, right? So it has all the criteria. Set your limit order. If it goes against you, know fully well that I followed my trading plan, I followed the strategy, I lost this very trade, right? It's cool. It's something that can happen, right? You follow the strategy, you still lost that very trade. It's cool. It's something that can happen. It's something that do happen to every single trader out there, right? Something that can happen is something that do happen to every single trader out there. But most traders, you're gonna see them. They do hide it, right? They won't show you that they lose or they hit stop loss. They will always show you wins. Right now, once you take that very trade now and it goes against you, like I told you, take it. It's something that can happen. Then, if you didn't take it, you were waiting for confirmation, waiting for criteria, waiting for reaction before you take that very trade. You're gonna see yourself waiting, and that trade activates, goes in your favor, and you start feeling bad. Or you start feeling bad for you not to take that very trade, for you not taking that very trade. If it goes in your favor, right? Then, if you are not even disciplined, you will see yourself jumping on the trade. As it's going in your favor, you see yourself is not coming back. You just see yourself jumping on the sell or jumping on the buy because you are not disciplined. But if you would have just set a limit that's going to help you just avoid the unnecessary losses. Right, it's going to just help you avoid the unnecessary losses. So all of these I tap out the entry, limit, price, literally everything. I tap out, take profit, stop loss is things you can set. These are limit order you can set on your own um broker. Set it up on your trading account and you let it be. So it's gonna play out before the end of some of them are gonna play out before the end of the day. So let's see how it's gonna play out. Let's see how they are gonna go for us. If it goes well, we make money. If it does not go well, we lose. We take some losses, right? Just one, two losses. So BTC did not give a clear break of structure. So there's a chance that we will not take this very buy on BTC. But no clear break of structure on this very move. So the ones I typed out, entry, stop loss, take profits, you set it up on your account. Then the other ones, right, we'll watch out and then see how they're gonna react. Then we know if we're gonna be taking that very trade. So let's see how today is gonna go, right? So someone should drop just few currency. Let me check some pairs for you guys. Right, drop a couple of pairs. Let me see some pairs. So as you already know, those are gonna ask. Right, let me check a couple of message right there. Someone said, should we buy gold? I said no, we don't jump on buy.